Donald Trump does and says things that indicate to you where his mind is. And very specifically, what he does is he changes his tone, he changes the way he speaks about something when he himself is most likely guilty of doing it or implicated in it or doesn't want something to be discussed anymore or talked about in general. Here's an example. During the campaign in 2024, he was asked by a couple of people who were interviewing him about a series of files and whether or not he would release them when he was president. They said, would you release the JFK files? And he was like, oh, yeah. And there was another one, and I can't remember if it was the MLK files or the moon landing files, and he was like, oh, yeah. And then he was asked about the Epstein files, and he was like, oh, yeah, well, maybe not so much that one, because in that world, there are a lot of false accusations going around and a lot of people that are named that weren't really involved in things, and you don't want to ruin people's lives, right? You could see him downshift in real time. Well, I don't want to commit to releasing the files that are going to implicate me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And it's always when you talk about that world, right? Sexual abuse, allegations of sexual misconduct, things like that, where he changes his tone, right? Here's another example of that that's happening right now. Every single time that there's a Democratic politician in trouble, he pounces. There's no hesitation whatsoever. He doesn't even wait for all the facts to come out, for fuck's sake. He just jumps. If there's a candidate running for office, especially in a midterm year, that's in a really bad spot, he uses that opportunity to pounce on that politician like a rat on a Cheeto. But when it came to Graham Platner, and the fact that it is allegations of sexual misconduct, look at how Trump responds to it.
It's really a question of whether or not you believe the woman. A lot of people say big falsehoods. He's in a bind. But should they be able to do it? Well, I guess he's going to lose. I would imagine he's going to lose. It's very interesting when a Republican woman came out with the same charge, nobody believed her. When this woman came out, everybody.
So whether or not you believe the woman, right? He didn't pounce on Graham Platner in that moment like he would any other person. Because it was an allegation of sexual misconduct against a woman who's made a claim, he's like, I don't know, a lot of people say a lot of falsehoods. Translation: she's probably lying, or she could be lying, or a lot of women lie about stuff like this. Why? Because he himself knows what it's like to be in that bind. Because he himself has a shit ton of credible allegations against him. But that's how Donald Trump downshifts so quickly. He changes his rhetoric, his tone, his words at the drop of a hat if you're touching on a subject that hits a little too close to home.